Hello viewers, how are you today? My name is Ayodeji Anifuoshi, and today we'll be talking about something very important. This is still Great Father, Great Husband channel. Today we'll be looking at the topic wedding versus marriage. Why should you focus more on marriage than the wedding? Why? So I'm going to give you some points to know why you should. Now, what is a wedding? In my own terminology, wedding is an event or ceremony for a particular duration. The worst I've ever heard is probably somebody trying to do their wedding for 1 week, 2 weeks, probably a month. You can't do your wedding for a year. You can't. So the first point here is marriage is a lifetime commitment to love. So you need to invest more in that than investing in your wedding. The wedding will only last for few minutes, few hours, few days or few weeks if you want to really spend money. I've seen many people putting so much into their wedding, and after the wedding the marriage is trash. But seriously, if people have paid more attention to their marriage than the wedding, most of the issues we have these days with divorce would not happen. But many people put so much focus in that wedding. They want the expensive ring, they want the expensive gown, they want the expensive suit, they want the expensive all, they want the expensive planning. Trust me, I have no issue about that. Trust me, if you have the money to do an elaborate, big, huge wedding, fine by me. If you have the money that you don't have to borrow, I'm okay. That's you. But even at that, if you ask yourself, are you prepared for the marriage? So in preparation for your future, nobody will ask you, why didn't you do your wedding the way people have been doing it? It's your wedding. You and your wife could decide to do it anyhow you want. It's nobody's decision. It's yours. It's your life. So you need to make that decision, that decision to say, okay, this is how I want to do my wedding. This is how we want to do our wedding. But your marriage needs a lot. Myself and my wife will be planning and making decisions about our marriage even before we got married. We've had discussions of our first 20-30 years of marriage. We've had conversation even up to the 40 years, close to 50 years, if Jesus tarries. Those are the things we talk about. In fact, let me say, out of the 100% of time that we talk before we got married, 99% was conversation about the future, about our marriage, not our wedding. Not our wedding. Sincerely, I'm not taking offense on that. The people we invited to our wedding, majority of them probably we have not seen each other for some time. You know, everybody is busy. Everybody is busy. So for you to even get people to attend your wedding, that's a lot. And guess what? It's because you invited them. If you didn't invite them, they won't come. And me, I'm okay with anyone's decision or way of trying to do their own wedding. Fine. Because I don't know your finance. I don't know where you stand. So, but one of the first things we need to know is that marriage is a lifetime commitment, and that's why you should focus on it more than wedding. The second thing is save more on the marriage, not on the wedding. I told you in my last video, I don't give people money to plan a wedding. No, it's none of my business. I'm not being mean, I'm just being real. Because your marriage is what I'm interested in. So many marriages today are broken because we don't pay more attention. We don't pay more attention to the marriage. We pay so much attention to the wedding. You know, I'm not objecting, no, trust me. But if we pay more attention to the marriage, we will have less issues. The next point is, don't put yourself under pressure for the wedding. Oh, you know, because my friend did this, or because this person, no, don't put yourself under pressure. Anyone that is not okay with how you want to do your wedding, then let them come give you the money. You owe nobody any explanation on how you want to do it's your life, your own future with your wife. So you guys decide on it. I know sometimes some women want things done in a way, but as a man, pray. Things could change. God has a way of changing things. But you don't need to spend those kind of money unnecessarily. Because if you have, for example now, if you have to spend over $60,000 to $100,000, and at the end of the day you finish your wedding and you guys still have to be living in a rented apartment, no. Instead of spending $60,000 to $100 on a wedding, that $60,000 to $100 could help you as an initial payment to get a house to buy so you could live with your family. Instead of going to live in a rented apartment again, how can you spend that amount of money?
No, I disagree with that. That's the point I'm trying to say.
You can't finish your wedding that you spend so much money and you know. No. You're going to finish your wedding still, you probably don't have a good car to ride. No. There are some things that are not necessity for us. We don't need it. We don't need them. So rather, focus on the things that are needed. Stop killing yourself on wedding based on what people will say. Let them say what they want to say. Is your life. You need to stand firm and do things the way you feel is right for you and your family. That takes me to my fourth point. The fourth point is the best wedding doesn't necessarily mean best marriage. I've heard of stories of people that spent so much, they had one of the best wedding in the world. Guess what? Their marriage is off today. I'm not excited about it, I'm not happy about it, but I'm just sad about it that how can they spend so much and at the end of the day the marriage didn't even last. I've heard of one that the marriage only lasted for one day and they spent huge amount of money. You don't want to know how much they spent. So, but if they have put so much attention, focus on the marriage, there are some issues we won't have. But in the midst of trying to figure out how the wedding could be the best, how the wedding could be top notch, they have forgotten so many important things about the marriage, which is more important than any other thing. They have forgotten. And the devil is always looking for a marriage to break. My last point for today: marriage has a lot to give, wedding has a lot to take. Yeah, people give you gifts on your wedding day. Congrats. But trust me, most of the time, you even end up spending more. Spend the time, spend so much money, effort, energy, people traveling all for you. Sometimes you get gifts back, sometimes you don't even get any gifts back. But marriage has a lot to give. Marriage, you get so much love. Kids comes in, you guys start growing. That's one of the reasons you should focus on marriage more. If all you can afford is taking your wife, or if all both of you can afford is taking yourself to the court to get married, please do so. You owe nobody. As far as your parents have consented into it, they're okay with it. Go to the nearest court. You guys get married and move on with your life. You owe nobody any explanation. I'm going to end up with that today. I hope I've been able to convince you that is yet to be married not to kill yourself because you want to do the best wedding. If you have the money, do it. But even in all that, focus more on the marriage. Because that's where you're going to be for the rest of your life. I was 30 when I saw my wife, so I already knew that I'm going to live the larger part of my life, the largest part of my life. So if God says I'm going to live up to 100 years, so it means I'm going to live my wife with 70 years. So why can't I plan for the 70 years than the 70 minutes or the 70 days I mean, no matter how many days I want to do my wedding? Well, literally, we did our own traditional marriage in 2015 and we had a white wedding on 2017. So it was 2 years in between. That's a lot of. So let's say that's the length of the time you did your wedding. Still, it can't be compared to the time in the marriage. Please, we need to work against divorce. we need to work against it. And that can happen when we put more attention to marriage. Pray, prepare yourself, prepare each other, know more about each other. Deal with your weaknesses. Deal with your weaknesses. Until we see next time, this is still Great Father, Great Husband channels. Subscribe to my channel, share the video, like my videos, drop your comment if you have any question. Until we see next time, my name remains Ayodeji Anifoshi. Bye.